denies his radiation treatment killed a patient.
We'd like to talk with you, if we could, about what killed Mildred Colgan.
On the next Inside Edition, find out how a treatment that's supposed to help you could kill you.
Tomorrow at 5 on KYW-3.
This housewife put more than a half dozen mobsters behind bars and traded her life at home for a life on the run. Debutante undercover on the next current affair.
Tomorrow at 5:30 on KYW-3.
This is KYW-TV, Philadelphia. This is the news tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Larry Kane. Come blow your horn. That was the message from hundreds of cab drivers who continue a strike tonight, hoping to bring the city of Philadelphia to its knees. So far, the results are mixed, but KYW's Joyce Evans reports that the drivers have taken their protest to the doorstep of the mayor.
The noisy convoy of taxis drove by Mayor Ed Rendell's house in East Falls.
We wouldn't give up until he answered us.
Security was present, but the mayor was not. So they headed back to the airport, only to find a police blockade at the entrance to the taxi lot. Police say a few cabs were allowed into the airport parking lot tonight, but they were only the ones who agreed to pay the $1.50 user's fee.
We've been clean, now we got to get dirty.
Taxi Union President James Walker frustrated because he still has not yet gotten a response from the mayor, even though the taxis snarled traffic and left travelers stranded at the height of rush hour. So you need to go to Society Hill with that.
I have no choice, I have to get there.
You gotta carry that or drag that?
Well, I'll try to drag it until I find the bus.
Inconvenient?
A little bit, not much. It's not raining. And it's not snowing and it's not 20 below, so I'll go for a walk.
Some didn't have to walk far. We found several taxis were picking up passengers. Didn't take me long to hail one myself. Are you guys supposed to be on strike or something?
I'm not working yet, and sometimes I pick some people, you know.
Those are the thieves. Those same guys out there working now, those are the thieves.
Those on strike say they're in it till the end.
It's about time we do this kind of things, but we can't take it no more.
You guys are ready to be towed, ready to be arrested?
We're ready to do whatever, by any means necessary.
Before they called it a night, the cabbies vowed they will block all roads leading to the airport to get their point across.
Let's be on our P's and Q's. Let's get it together.
Joyce Evans, the news tonight.
Now, tomorrow, the cabbies say they'll rally at City Hall at about 6 in the morning, and they promise we'll all feel the effects of their strike in day number 2. Tough talk by Philadelphia cabbies, and from our capital tonight, a tougher line from the president on the crisis in Haiti, and this could be the start of something big. Tonight, the president said the U.S. cannot rule out military intervention in Haiti. The president's turning up the heat on Haiti's military dictatorship that's causing thousands of people to be slaughtered in that country. Before taking military action in Haiti, the president asked the UN for tough new sanctions against the Haitian government. They include stopping all trade except food and medicine.
It's time for them to go. I mean, the military leaders of Haiti have abused their authority. I think the United States and the world is outraged by it. And we've tried other initiatives, and they have not worked.
While he was talking, a small sailing boat carrying 97 Haitians fleeing the turmoil in their country landed in Key Largo, Florida. However, it is the White House's policy to return all Haitian boat people to their homeland. Trouble in the Caribbean, and finally, hope in the Middle East. Late tonight, there is word of an agreement on Gaza and the West Bank. Israeli Prime Minister Rabin and PLO leader Arafat announced the agreement after 6 hours of talks in Cairo. The pact is expected to be signed in the morning, but details were not outlined. Basically, it would give Palestinians a degree of control over their lives in Gaza and in Jericho for the very first time. Back in our area, a guilty plea from a Jersey man who befriended a girl in his neighborhood, then raped and murdered her. 10-year-old Tracy Connors loved dogs. Her neighbor had a dog, and he used it to become her friend. David Knox admitted that a year ago he took the victim from their Oakland neighborhood and drove down the road to a pine forest. Then Knox described the last moments of the child's life.
I touched her and she didn't like it, and I got her on the ground and I was holding her mouth while I sexually assaulted her. And when I released, she was dead.
The child's parents shook with rage and emotion. Knox could get 30 years without parole, but will apparently escape the death penalty. No escape from danger on the highways tonight. A 3-year-old child is in serious condition after a violent car crash along the Schuylkill River tonight. The accident happened just before 10 in the East Falls neighborhood at Kelly Drive and the busy Falls Bridge area. The 2 drivers were shaken up, but they're okay, but doctors are keeping a close eye on the boy who was strapped into a car seat. And in Chester County, 1 man is dead after a killer fire raced through his home today. Flames and smoke ravaging the home of 42-year-old Robert Klein. It took firefighters just under an hour to control the blaze. The 3-alarm fire erupted just after 2 this morning in the Chesterbrook development. Investigators are still unsure what sparked that fire. And across the country, can you imagine this? Flames ripping through a Washington State shopping mall, causing a major section to collapse. Firefighters battled the blaze for over 2 hours before placing it under control. Nearly a half-dozen stores were destroyed and many others suffered damage. Fortunately, in all this mess you're looking at right now, no one was injured. Like in the Chesterbrook fire, investigators in Washington State are also looking for a cause tonight. A horrible story coming out of Mexico tonight. People are apparently stealing cats, killing them, then selling their bodies to high schools here and medical research for biology classes and other research facilities. Animal rights activists say the practice has eliminated strays in some of the poorer cities of Mexico. Locals are apparently paid $1 for every cat handed over. Some believe the only way to change the practice is to restrict the importation of research animals. And this is sure to fuel the continuing battle in our country over animal research. Well, with Mother's Day around the corner, some new research on who makes a good mother. A new study from Widener University says lesbian mothers can be great parents. The controversial study compared lesbian mothers with heterosexual parents. It found lesbians who provide a loving, stable home can raise healthy, normal children.
They can raise psychologically healthy children, that their sexual orientation is not in any way a bar to their parenting skills, to their relationship quality, or to their ability to have children who are healthy and happy. And
this report's going to be published in the Journal of Developmental Psychology. It's estimated there are as many as 5 million lesbian mothers living with their children across our country. Quite a bold move tonight. The Clinton administration announcing plans to partially privatize the nation's air traffic control system. Right now, controllers and others in the system work for the Federal Aviation Administration. But the president says by making it a government-operated corporation has big benefits. Specifically, it could buy new equipment more quickly and reward employees more effectively. Such a corporation would be paid for by fees from the airlines. Time for first weather. Pleasant night out, but watch out. David Rogers has a look ahead to tomorrow. David?
Major league changes coming, Larry. After all the blue sky and sunshine we had today, well, it looks like we're going to get a little soggy around here, folks. Let's take a look at your first weather forecast. Heading out to work or school tomorrow morning, well, take along your umbrella. About a 40% chance of showers. Temperatures, not too bad, at least in this time of the day. 47 to 51 by afternoon time. Rain, some of that rain steady at times. 49 to 53 degrees. And then heading home from work, more rain, 48 to 52. Afternoon highs tomorrow, only expected to top out at about 53, well below our norm for this time of the year. How long will it last? We'll take a look at the total picture. All that coming your way later on in the weather tonight.
You're a dancer, aren't you?
Well, yeah, a little bit. Just a bit.
Still ahead on the news tonight. You're going to love this. Country music is red hot, and we're going to show you how to enjoy the country and western scene right here in the Delaware Valley. And the man who parted the Red Sea in the movies climbs the hill to fight for gun owners in Washington. But first, let's check tonight's winning lottery numbers. We'll be right back.
What's it like being married to the most hated man on TV? And Lucky Strikes Again. You know that Diet Coke hunk, but does his new commercial have him dressed for success? See for yourself on Entertainment Tonight.
Tomorrow night at 7 on KYW-3.
What happens when the paparazzi get out of control? Plus Richard Nixon, the unguarded moments just before his resignation on hard copy.
Tomorrow at 7:30 on KYW-3.
This May 20th, get ready for the biggest game of the summer.
I'll see your bet and I'll call. I'm running low on chips here.
Two pair, ace, seven, queen.
Oh, lucky thing for me, I had 3 6s. Sorry. Looks like you broke your losing streak. I don't see what's so great about it.
Whoa, hey, where's the fire, son? I'm a gambler. You're a gunfighter. The fact of the matter is, if I'd have tried to face you down, I mean, what chance would I have had? Absolute zero. None, whatever.
Was that fast? I thought that was fast. Was it fast?
Want to see it again?
Mel Gibson.
Damn thing won't stay in the holster. Whoop! Oh, there we go.
Jodie Foster.
A silly-looking creature's called Maverick, and my name is Annabelle Bransford. I'll be taking the stage.
Well, so am I. So am I.
James Garner.
You can relax and enjoy the journey now.
Maverick.
Don't worry. Nothing to worry about. I got it all under control.
Well, I remember my first runaway stage.
A Richard Donner film.
Don't you think you should go out there and help him?
Well, I could do that, absolutely, but, you know, after he's worked so hard, he might resent it.
With a little luck, Maverick will be here this May 20th.
Dealer's choice? Okay, 5 cards tied, but no, I think I prefer draw. You gotta learn to loosen up, kid. Have some fun. This is poker.
Rated PG. Starts Friday, May 20th at a theater near you.
It's Macy's one-day sale with spectacular savings and values in every department. Shop 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Wednesday.
Watch KYW-3 between 7:25 and 7:30 p.m. for Wawa's Great Mustang Giveaway. See if you're the winner of one of 30 Ford Mustangs. Brought to you by Wawa and your Quality Plus Ford dealers.
I'm John Murray. Congress spent $100,000 to find out why people don't like beets. My kids could have told them that. I'm committed to cutting wasteful spending and creating real jobs.
Well, the pressure is really building in the Capitol tonight over the proposed ban on assault weapons. The House is set to vote on the ban sometime Thursday. It already, of course, has passed the U.S. Senate. Now, a group of the nation's most influential women legislators held a press conference to urge the passing of the bill. It would ban 19 types of assault weapons. The NRA also brought out the big guns. Longtime NRA supporter, actor Charlton Heston, played Moses in the Ten Commandments, said the ban is just a big show with no content.
This reminds me a little bit of what we do in the movies. Every back lot in Hollywood has a western street with false fronts, with porches and doors and windows and signs on it and hitching posts out in front. But they're just false fronts. There's nothing behind.
The House is about a dozen votes short of passing that legislation. Well, everybody's voting, according to primetime television on this station tonight, for country music these days. It's hip to be country. The clubs, the music, the clothing, it's a way of life in the 90s. Names like Garth Brooks, Dwight Yoakam, and Winona Judd are topping the charts. And as Carol Erickson reports tonight, you can get into the act, if you want to, right here in the Delaware Valley.
If you live in the Delaware Valley, you don't have to pack your bags and head off to Texas for a country music fix. In all likelihood, you're just a few miles, maybe even a few blocks away from some good old line dancing.
I just love country music, and they have lessons here. And once you get started, it's kind of addictive.
I come here to have a good time. I come here to have fun and be myself.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Travis Tritt, and I'll be your host for a pre-Grammy special for VH1's Country Countdown.
You can just hit the remote and find country channels like the Nashville Network or shows like the Country Music Countdown on VH1, hosted by Travis Tritt.
And so here we are at the Rodeo Bar.
Why new shows like this and new dance places like Club Maverick and Cherry Hill? The audience for country has tripled in the last 10 years. It's estimated that 42% of the adult audience listens to country. People are buying the CDs like crazy. And what has contributed to this ever-expanding audience? Randy Travis is one of the new breed of sizzling country singers.
But baby, come back before you kill us all.
Country's outselling any other format of music, and it is very hip. We finally started going back to the basics. The label started signing a lot of new people, and that fresh blood in the business helped, and the good music coming from these people.
I have already held
in my 4x6.
Legendary country singer Larry Gatlin has a different view on why the music has taken off. He's performing in a new musical in Bristol, and we sat down with him just before rehearsal. Why do you think the country music is so mainstream today? Why are so many people into country music?
Rap happened to America, and it pushed you off the pop radio station, probably. And it pushed half of the rest of the world off the pop radio stations. Mainstream America does not want to listen to, well, I went down in a bit. That's not a racial comment. That is just a truism.
You keep calling me on the telephone.
It really doesn't matter why the music has taken this country by storm. The fact is, it couldn't be hotter. And stars like Garth Brooks managed to top the pop as well as country charts. The latest cover of Playboy even calls him, not Michael Jackson, the king of pop.
Garth Brooks has done some things that nobody's ever... Nobody. Elvis Presley didn't do what this man did. This man sold out the Texas Stadium in Dallas, Texas, 3 nights in a row.
The dance floor is always packed at country clubs. And don't worry if you don't know the steps. You can learn them at Club Maverick as long as you have the right country spirit. Carol Erickson, The News Tonight.
A little bit of trivia for you tonight. If you're wondering what happened to legends like Johnny Cash, we have some info. Cash just released a new album called American Recordings. It's not traditional country, but music with a folk spin. And get this, some of the songs on the album were produced by musicians who typically work with heavy metal bands and rappers. Critics are raving about Johnny Cash's new album. Some big entertainment news tonight. The Rolling Stones keep rolling along. They're coming back again. They arrived at a news conference in New York on the Honey Fitz, a boat named after Rose Kennedy's father, once the mayor of Boston. Mick Jagger and the boys, now very evidently middle-aged men, some of them even grandfathers, announced plans for a summer tour that begins in August in Washington. No word yet if the Rolling Stones will stop in Philadelphia, but our friends in the building at WMMR 93.3 say you can bet on it. And they know, believe me. Still ahead on the news tonight, we'll have the latest on the condition of an American great, Gene Kelly, when the News Tonight returns.
Every week, Magic 102.9 is giving away thousands of dollars. Tomorrow, you could be one of 2 listeners to win $1,000 apiece. Set your radio now to 102.9 FM and listen to me, Harvey, in the morning tomorrow morning at 7:45. If you have a telephone, you can win. Of course, you'll have to be able to speak. Win $1,000 tomorrow from WMGK, Magic 102.9.
Discrimination shouldn't be tolerated, whether it's based on the color of a person's skin or the condition of a person's health. Which is why we at Blue Cross and Blue Shield in Pennsylvania have programs that are available to anyone regardless of age, medical condition, or occupation. In a country striving to make health care available to all Americans, isn't it nice to know there are companies that are already part of the solution?
If you see news happening or capture news with your home video camera, call the KYW-3 News Tip Line, 1-800-223-TIPS.
Hey, there's that cool recliner.
Come on, ski jumping.
Oh, the recliner, come on.
Hey, how about both?
Miller Lite presents Recliner Ski Jump.
No way.
Boy, Johnson's ready. He's been training for this for years, Bob. Watch this layback. Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste with less filling, you can combine anything. He's got the record and the light.
What a cheer.
What a beer.
Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens.
The all-new Mitsubishi Galant, filled with thoughtful details.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Buy a new Galant ES with automatic transmission and air conditioning for $750 down and $199 a month.
These are a few of my favorite things.
The affordable Galant ES offer, perhaps the most favorite thing of all.
Well, this is interesting. Just in from Singapore is word that the Singapore government has reduced the sentence for Michael Fay, the 18-year-old American convicted of vandalism, from 6 lashes to 4 lashes. Now, that may be a considerable concession on their part, considering the worldwide pressure from the president, people around the globe. Now, he still has a chance to get out of the sentence completely, but 6 lashes with a bamboo cane has been reduced to 4 lashes, and the sentence could be carried out sometime in the next few days. If you think you're doing the right thing by stashing your cash in a bank savings account, guess again. The Consumer Federation of America says people who put all their cash in savings accounts are losing money. That's because interest rates for savings accounts are low. The Federation urges all of us to complain to our banks about it and to put some of our money in more profitable accounts such as money markets and treasury accounts. And we have an update right now on the whale that washed up on the Jersey Shore last Thanksgiving, sick from swallowing discarded plastic, all that pollution in the shore there. Now, Inky the whale will be released in a few weeks into the Gulf Stream. This was the mammal when we first saw him. He was flown to Baltimore's aquarium, where after 6 operations to remove the trash, he is back on the road to health.
% of all the cases that we get in the aquarium here have something to do with man's intervention.
Now, something positive has come out of this. Inky's recuperation has allowed marine biologists to study the mammal, which they know very little about. One thing they've learned, though, their hearing is 5 times better than ours. Boy, was David Rogers cooking in the studio before he heard that country music and remembered his time in Tennessee and Carl Perkins and blue suede shoes.
That's right. A neighbor of mine taught me a few two-steps down there.
Did you enjoy it?
That wasn't bad. Very interesting. Very interesting. Today's weather and the way it's going to get over the next couple of days is going to be a little bit more interesting as well. After 2 great days this week, folks, we got some major changes. But wait till you see the temperatures. Let's take a look at what's going on outside right now. Our weather watchers, they're excited, already taking bets on how much rain we're expected to get. That's what Harris Bookford says over in the Norristown area. Mostly cloudy sky there right now. He's currently calling it in at 51 degrees. David Hazer up in Douglasville, 52. And Fentcroft and Avalon reporting mostly cloudy sky down there, 50 degrees. Ocean temperature, 53. Afternoon highs today topped out at 66, 3 degrees below our norm for this date. Again, major problems for allergy sufferers out there. All 3 categories very, very high. All this according to the doctors over at the Asthma Center. The good news is, with some of the rain, hopefully that will start to flush some of the pollen out and make breathing just a little easier for you over the next couple of days. As we go to the big picture, the jet stream, this is the upper level river of wind, guiding storm centers across the nation, about 22,000 feet above the Earth's atmosphere. And you can see by tomorrow, folks, the cool and damp air will start to sag in across most of the eastern half of the nation, while all the mild and sunny air is going to be moving west across the Rocky Mountains as well as the southwest. As we take a look at the picture, low pressure center right now over the southeast part of the nation. This is almost going to be a textbook type situation, tracking up the Atlantic seaboard, easterly winds, very raw conditions. You can see some of the rain developing just off to our south and west. Again, all moving in a northeasterly direction. Possible accumulations of about a ½ inch up to 1 inch of rain, and it's going to be a soaker. If you're heading out to the Vet Stadium tomorrow night, take along a rain slicker as well as a towel. Could get kind of soggy, and look at the numbers. Only 45 degrees at 7:35. Easterly winds at 10 to 20. Tonight, cloudy, 20% chance of showers, 44 to 48. Your 5-day forecast calls for rain on Wednesday, off and on showers Thursday. Friday, morning showers, then clearing. There's the payback. A great weekend coming up. Wall-to-wall sunshine with temperatures in the mid-60s. That's a look at your weather tonight. Have a great day tomorrow. Larry?
Thanks, Dave. Coming up on the news tonight in sports, Yuki Washington fills us in on the condition of Phil's shortstop, Kevin Stocker. Plus, it's becoming an everyday occurrence. Another base brawl on the baseball diamond. Yuki Washington has the scores and a lot more in the sports tonight coming up.
The Sports Tonight is sponsored by Honda Power Equipment.
Any mulching mower can chop up grass, but the Honda Harmony lawnmower has an exclusive twin blade that cuts grass into fine particles and returns them to your lawn as fertilizer. There's no need to bag or dump clippings, and you get a better end result. The Honda Harmony mulching mower. Nothing's easier. For a free video, call 1-800-MULCH-21.
Fewer cops, more violent crime, more pregnant teens. Every candidate for governor says corporate tax giveaways are a way to solve our problems. Everyone except Dwight Evans.
Corporate tax giveaways won't stop one crime, educate one child, and will cost Pennsylvania taxpayers $1 billion. It's simple. If we give corporate handouts, we won't have the resources to solve our problems.
Tough problems. Straight talk. Dwight Evans for governor.
I expect to get a lot out of my next new car. I expect it to come with features that I find important. I expect it to come with features that'll make my life easier. I expect it to come at a price I'm willing to pay. Oh, did I mention I want this car today?
See your local Chevy Geo dealers for your special value Corsica today.
I love green. You love green. Green is good, and you can save a lot of green this spring at Clover. Follow me.
2 Mother's Day savings, like 14-karat gold charms, $9.88, and 14-karat earrings, $18.88 and $28.88.
Wow, not green. Save on West Point Stevens Ultra Touch Solid Sheets and Bedding and Ultra Touch Check Towels, 25% off. Let me put it this way. Big brand names and little stingy prices. Only at Clover. Think green.
We've got some news tonight that could be groundbreaking news to cure a form of brain cancer. We say could be because it's not a done deal yet. We want to emphasize that. Idle nuclear reactors are being converted so their neutron beam can shatter inoperable brain tumors. Every year, 7,000 Americans die from this form of cancer. According to researchers, the beam would release enough radiation to kill the tumor, but not damage the brain. I have some medical news from California tonight. Legendary song and dance man Gene Kelly is sicker than doctors originally thought. He's hospitalized with what's described as a serious skin infection tonight. Kelly, who starred in Singin' in the Rain and other classical musicals, will be laid up for at least another week. The 81-year-old Hollywood superstar is in a San Francisco hospital where he's said to be resting comfortably. Well, a few moments ago, I hadn't been keeping track of the Phillies score. Yuki walked into the studio and said, not a pretty sight of the vet. What's happening?
Small children, get them away from the set
No.
right now. This is something else. Yeah, the Phillies and the Expos tonight at the vet, and the home team during one specific stretch looked rather pathetic, and it proved to be their downfall. Pitcher Pedro Martinez was making his first major league start. His first batter was Lenny Dykstra, the dude with the continuation of last night, a quadruple double, his fourth double in 2 nights. But it would turn into fright night for the home team in the 6th. Pete Incavilla just missed it. A very costly error. Then it would be Jeff Juden's turn. Another routine play turns disastrous when Juden threw it away. A run scores, but wait, it's not over. Dalton gets careless, and he throws it away toward the plate, and another run scores. A comedy of errors as Kim Batiste tries to chase down Dalton's throw while the Padres get their 3rd run. An oogly moment in the top of the 6th. And it got worse. Andy Carter comes in during the 7th and starts hitting people. He banged a couple of Padres in his first major league appearance and gets tossed. We thought Jim Fregosi would get the boot too, but somehow he was saved. Nothing saved the Phils tonight. David West goes south. Actually, he went west on the screen. The ball gets away. Another run scores. The Padres beat the Phillies 8-3. Phillies shortstop Kevin Stocker had to watch it all from the bench tonight. Stocker will be out 2 weeks to a month because of torn cartilage in his right wrist. He'll have surgery this Thursday. On the scoreboard, well, Atlanta loses. That helps a little bit. Florida 6-3 over Atlanta. San Francisco by 1 over the Mets 6-5. Cincinnati 5, Chicago 2, Los Angeles 10-4 over Montreal. Houston 7, Pittsburgh 4, and in the 6th at last check, Colorado leading St. Louis 6-1 is the score. Boston and Seattle, watch this. Whoa! Oh. Paul Quantrill in relief of Frank Viola, who injured his arm, gets Eric Anthony quite upset. Chaos in the center of the field. When it was over, Quantrill left with numbness in his pitching hand, and Anthony was ejected. Boston won the game 7-6. Texas beat Detroit 7-2. Toronto 1-0 over KC. Milwaukee 7, Minnesota 6. And in the 9th, Chicago all over Cleveland 12-1 is your score. He's old but good. Old in a sports sense, that is. 33-year-old veteran defensive lineman Richard Dent was in town today, and there seems to be a good chance that he'll be back. Dent has a few friends on the Eagles team already, like corner Eric Allen. He recorded 12.5 sacks last season with the Bears and would be a nice addition to the Eagles' front defensive line. And he knows it, too.
My main objective is to get an opportunity to get to the playoffs and get an opportunity to get in a championship game. I feel the Eagles are moving in that direction.
We'll see what happens. NBA tonight, the Heat was on the other night in Atlanta, where Miami and the Hawks split their first 2 games, with a major fight getting most of the attention. Game 3 tonight in the Sunshine State. Is this fan a Miami fan? Yes, I am, he says. Dr. Kalakowicz was out of the limousines watching Harold Miner rev up his engine. Miami takes a 2-1 series lead after beating the Hawks 90-86. Phil Jackson is looking for his 4th straight NBA title with the Bulls. They had to get by the Cavaliers in white tonight. The Cavs had their backs against the wall. Scottie Pippen crashed through the wall, driving the lane, scoring 23 total points. The Bulls sweep Cleveland, winning tonight 95-92 in overtime. Let's switch gears and see what's transpired during the night on ice. The NHL playoffs continue. Game 2, Rangers and Caps. The Rangers have the puck in white. Watch the nice passing. This is how it's done. The New York Rangers beat the Washington Caps tonight 5-2. They lead the series 2-0. And yes, indeed, and Boston wins tonight 6-5. They win the first 2 games of the series on the road over Jersey.
Was Kevin